Hey y'all, it's me, Cody. Welcome to Cody Knits Podcast. This is episode 31. Um, I'm Cody. I'm coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. This is a podcast about knitting and spinning and crocheting and fun stuff like that. And I recently got a sewing machine that I'm trying to learn how to use. So maybe sewing. Yeah. So you can find me on YouTube as the Cody Knits Podcast, and you can find me on where else can you find me? Oh, Ravelry. I'm Cody Knits on Ravelry, and there's a Cody Knits Podcast Ravelry group. You're welcome to join. And oh, you can find me on Instagram as nurse_Cody, Codi. So yeah. Um, I got lots to talk to you about. It's been a few weeks, longer than I wanted, but that's okay because there's good reasons. And yeah, I wanted to come here and give you guys a little update about what's going on and show off some of the stuff I've been doing. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Sorry, I look like this. I ugh, I just got back from a run. I ran 3 miles in 31 minutes and some change. So that was fun. Sorry, I had to pick up the little diamond. She wanted to sit in my lap. My nose is itchy. That's okay. Anyway, I hope you are all doing wonderful. I really have missed you. I've missed talking with you and interacting with you. Things have just been so crazy here, and I've been having a lot of things on my mind and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start with the knitting stuff, and then we'll move on, and I'll tell you a little bit about life stuff at the end in case you don't care. So I have some discharged things that I want to show you. The first is I made this Batman, this hat, and the ears used to stick up just perfectly, and then I washed it, and now they don't. And I don't really know what to do. Fix it, but you know, whatever. You see it has these two little eye holes here. It's for baby, and then the cape. I thought it was really cute, and one of my friends wanted it, so I made it for her baby shower. She has 3 little girls, and they are adorable, and she is having a little boy this time. So I made that, and I finished the flax. This is by Tin Can Knit. This pattern, I love it. If you've never knit a sweater, this is a great one to start with. And the patterns go from like newborn to like huge. I guess like, I don't know. Anyway, goes way up there. So it's one for anybody, basically. And it's knit from the top down in a circle. You knit, and then you end up putting the sleeve stitches on scrap yarn, and then you come back and you finish the body, and then you come back and pick up and knit the sleeves. Love it. I hope I didn't share this last time. I can't even remember if it was finished, but I don't think it was. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about the bind off that I use. Well, first let me tell you the yarn is what is Bernat Softy Baby, and the color is the marl gray color, and it's I can't remember how many grams, but I wrote it down in my knitting journal. Oh, one thing I can show you, I make little pockets like this, and all I do is fold up some scrap little construction paper kind of stuff, and that's a, you know, you can fit little things in there like that. And I just taped it down with some washi tape. Almost there. My fingers have no sticky stuff. So here's the label. Bernat Softy Baby. And it really is super soft. It's a DK sport weight, and it's gray marl. It's the weight number is a 3, in case you were curious. It's 100% acrylic, and it has 140 grams in the ball. And I used, for this size, this is the 6 to 12 month size, I believe. 6 to something, I think it's 12. And I had this much left over, and that's 22 grams left over. So, just to kind of give you an idea. And this is super soft. I wouldn't mind having a sweater myself made out of this. So back to the bind off. So I used a bind off, and I believe it's somebody's surprisingly stretchy bind off or something. And I like that it doesn't furl. What's the word I'm trying to say? It doesn't do like that. Furl? I don't know why I keep thinking that word. It doesn't flare out. It looks like it's supposed to, but it is really stretchy. Ouch. And it's really not that hard of a bind off to do. But it was miserable doing it on the needles that I was using. So the parts that I could knit on this, that I could use metal needles, was perfect. But like for the sleeves, I had to use bamboo. And bamboo and this yarn were not a good combination. And so they're not super sharp, and you need sharper needles, at least I did, for this bind off. And it just, that's all I can do is shake my head. I was miserable every time I had to bind off. And actually, the last sleeve, I didn't bind it off until the next day because I just couldn't. And it's not because the bind off is hard to do, it's because the needles themselves that I had to use made it really difficult. So I really recommend it if you need something that's stretchy to bind off. It's a great, wonderfully stretchy bind off, and it doesn't flare out. I think maybe that was the word I was trying to say in the first place, but anyway. Doesn't flare out, and it's great. So, oh, I have one more discharge object, and I can't show it to you because I had to give it away a couple of Sundays ago to a little lady. She's my mentor's mother, and she had her 86th birthday. And, you know, it's a milestone birthday because after 80, every birthday without a headstone is a milestone, is what we say. So we celebrated. She is a wonderful lady. My mentor is a wonderful lady. And they invited me to come down with them since it was close to my birthday too, and be her little date. And she has pretty severe dementia, and Yeah, so I made her this shawl, and it's called the Wedding Shawl by Claire at Bob Wilson 123. It's a free pattern. I'm pretty sure it's a free pattern from her website, and she has a tutorial to show you how to do it. So I printed off the pattern and kind of followed along with her tutorial, but really, I mean, the pattern is well written, and once you get into, so at the bottom of it has some flower, like a flower detail, and once you get past that and you start working like the body of it, piece of cake. Took me no time at all. I did it in a day. Um, but as always, everything Claire does is wonderful, and I just love knitting, and well, I enjoy crocheting her pattern. So, I knit it in Karen Simply Soft, and the color was called Plum Wine, and it's something I had in my stash for a while. Actually, I think someone sent it to me that was getting rid of some of their stash, and I can't remember who it was. Sorry. But thank you. You probably know who you are. And, but yeah, I really enjoyed crocheting that up. It was quick, it was beautiful. Um, and, even though it's acrylic, people a lot of times say, acrylic doesn't block. But it does a little bit. It doesn't block as well as, doesn't block as well as wool, obviously. But I blocked this shawl, and before it made it a little bit um, deep. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. A little bit deeper, which was perfect. And I just what? Excuse me. Sorry, I have the hiccups. I just put it in some soap, even though I know you can wash it. I just soaked it because I like that smell of the stuff I have. And then I pinned it out and stretched it, and I pinned it pretty liberally and stretched it pretty hard. So it didn't stay the size that I stretched it out, but it stayed pretty close. So I put pictures of her wearing it, which is adorable, and of it blocking out on Instagram. And if I remember, I'll try to insert a picture here or at the end or somewhere. So, what's next? Workup. So, let's see. Got a little tile. This is in a bag that Erin made me from Gimme Yarn 418 or Southpaw Creations. And speaking of Erin, happy belated birthday. Her birthday was in April. We are birthday month twinsies. And in this is a Stockhead hat. And this is the yarn. I can't really tell you who it's by. I got this one and another one from someone off of Instagram one time. They were both rainbow, and I think it was called like Stormy Rainbow or something like that. But yeah, I've been knitting on this. I've been having to take my mom to the doctor a lot lately for tests and stuff, so this has been my work on it while my mom's been doing her thing. And these are on a US2 or 2.75 millimeter needle, and I believe they are Knitter's Pride Nova. I got these on sale a while ago at my local yarn store. The one that I'm not really going back to. But anyway, I really like this. It's gonna take forever, obviously. But I like how the rainbow's kind of swirling. So, yeah, it's fun. Quit barking. You're fine. Not if you bite people anyway. All you do is go up to them and kiss them. don't you? She hears someone, the elevator opens, she heard someone walking by, and every time she thinks she has to growl at them. Another thing, this one is actually in a bag from Nina from the Knitting Expat podcast. I had this a while ago. This is actually, I believe this is one from one of her husband's old shirts that he didn't wear or something. Clever. But look. So this is the yarn. I'm sure you can guess what I'm making based on this yarn. It is Cascade Yarns Heritage Print, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And the color is number 07 denim. This is a gift from a lovely viewer. Thank you. You know who you are. And they sent me this to do contrasting heels and toes. And I completely forgot to do. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and tell you. Let me show you. So this is it. It's a sock, obviously. But this is my first time knitting toe up sock. So I was excited to try the toe up part. And I forgot to start the toe. But that's okay. I can still do the heels and maybe the cuff in this. But yeah, I love how it's striping up. And it's going by so fast. I mean, and I used is it Judy's Magic Cast On or somebody's magic? Somebody did some magic and taught me how to do this for toe up. And yeah, it really wasn't that difficult. I'm enjoying it. I decided to do these just one at a time since it was a new technique from, doing toe up. And I'm really liking it. I just got to go back and figure out. So I'm going to do the Fish Lips Kiss heel. That seems to be the heel that I use a lot. And I got to go back and look and see how you do it when you're going from toe up instead of cuff down. Because I know with cuff down, I just knit it how long I want the cuff and then insert the heel and then start back knitting in the round to do the foot. And I don't know if you do that same thing. You knit from your toes up to your heel, like the top where your foot, your ankle here or whatever on your foot. You just knit it that far and then pop in the heel. I don't remember. So I need to look at the pattern. But anyway, I'm really enjoying this. I'm knitting it on my, you already know, Chowgoo. These are the red lace 32-inch size 1 2.25 millimeter needles. And this is a cute little CPN cozy that Kay made for me from the Bakery Bears. Thank you. Been thinking about you a lot and your family, Kay. I just want you to know. Anyway, I'm really enjoying knitting that. And believe it or not, I've knitted a few rows on my entrelac cowl. I've probably only knit 3. These 3. And I did it today, this morning. I was doing some emailing back and forth with some people that I'll talk to you about later. And in between, while you're waiting, I was knitting. Can't waste time, right? So this is I'm knitting it on some Knitter's Pride uh, straight needles, and this is the yarn and a cake. Oh, it's amazing. I love knitting with this. It came in a yarn box, and it was in July, and it said Christmas. They called it Christmas in July because it's 100% cashmere, sport weight pepperberry knits, and this is color lot 603 color storm. 100% cashmere, applied in the USA. So I'm on the second ball, and it just takes so long to get across the row, I guess, because you're doing, and I guess because you basically, for each little ball, you're knitting, knit 7, and then turn, knit 7, turn, knit 7, turn. And just all of that turning and knit, it just takes time, and I get bored with it, to be frank. But I'm excited to have it done. Hopefully I'll have it done by this fall. Anyway, but yeah, and that's in a bag. I bought this from the Bakery Bear's Cottage from Kay. It's one of their during their Christmas sales. Beautifully made, just like everything she does. And I believe I only have one more. Nope. My memory blanket I put this in April. I only knit on 7 squares, and I've started one. I did one yesterday, and I started one today. So yeah, not really nothing to show you. But let's talk a little bit about spinning. I have done some spinning. So this is some of it. This is my drop spindle. It's the only kind of spindle I have. And this is the fiber. It was in a braid, but I've taken it apart. I'm almost finished. And it's funny because I'm getting pretty good with it, but this is like, I mean, it's pretty much, some of it's already kind of felted, so it's not sliding off and things like that. It's a little tougher to I just lost the term when you pull it out, prep it. Oh my gosh, what's it called? You're all screaming at me, telling me. You know what I mean. When you're pulling it out, how much you want to twist, whatever. I can't think of it. Anyway, I have these two already. And once this one gets the same size as these, or the same weight as these, my friend Kirby is going to show me a cool way to ply them together. So I'll actually have a pretty substantial skein of yarn, which is exciting. I've never made a full one. I mean a big skein. I've made the little ball, but yeah. This is in a bag that Deb gave me from Fondant Fiber. Isn't Deb awesome? And I guess that kind of leads me into that's really all the knitting. Yeah. So let me tell you, since I was talking about Deb, on the 26th was my birthday, and it was wonderful. I had a great birthday. If you follow me on Instagram, you see my mom got me a sewing machine. She got me a Singer Brilliance, and it has all kinds of little fancy things on it. And I'm not sure I'm going to be the best sewer in the world, but I think if I once I get a little bit more tools to help me out, I'll probably be a little bit better. But um, Deb from Fondant Fiber was so wonderful, and she sent me a pattern on my birthday, and this made me feel so good. And she sent me the sock knitter shawl from by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears, and I was super excited. I haven't knit that one yet, and I just got really excited to. Sorry. But really excited, and I really appreciate it, and thank you so much, Deb. I just wanted to let you know that I really love it. And what else? Oh, and guess what? I share a birthday with a pretty awesome person, and her name is Emily, and she is crochet.knit on the YouTubes, and I believe crochet.knit on Instagram. And somewhere she's crochet knit to somewhere. Maybe Ravelry. Get them all confused. But anyway, happy birthday. Hope it was wonderful. It sounded like it. I watched your recent video. It sounded like you and Mary had a wonderful evening, and I am just so glad. And no wonder I love you so much because we are the same person. Anyway, so let's see. What else? Oh, speaking of sewing machine, let me just show you. Like the first day, I just got a piece of fabric and I just played with the stitches. And you're probably not going to be able to see them that great. But I just tried to sew straight and tried the different stitches. And now I just set this, it's sitting on my desk, and I use it as a coaster. It works. And what else? Oh, I made this horrible little bag. Just a drawstring bag. Uses a fat quarter, which I had some of, and I put this horrible ribbon in it. It's not lined or anything. And the box is uneven at the bottom. But you know what? It's something, and it's usable. I can actually put a project in there or something. And yeah, because I was getting a little bit like, well, what do I do now? I've just sewn things, and I made one other thing. And when I was getting some stuff at Joann's for sewing with my mom, this lady, I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing or anything. And she suggested getting a jelly roll. And she said there's tutorials online, and you're just sewing the ends together and sewing in a straight line a whole bunch. And so she said it's a great way to learn to sew in a straight line. So I've made this so far. It was fun. Didn't take me long at all, just a few hours to do this. And then I decided this will be a good little blanket for Diamond. And so I got some fusible fleece and put on the back, and I ironed it and everything, and I put the bumpy side to the right, the correct place and everything. But it didn't fuse as well as I thought it should, I guess, and it's probably user error. But anyway, so I just sewed it on, just sewed around the edge. So what I want to do now, I probably could have waited, should have waited, but whatever, is sew a piece for the back, just a plain fabric, you know, to hide the back, and then sew a little border thing around the edges somehow, and then it'll be a nice little blanket for Diamond. Or it could be a baby blanket, but anywho. So that was fun. But yeah, not doing much other sewing because I don't have any patterns for sewing, and I don't have one of them big mats so I can measure things really well, and I'm not the best measurer in the world anyway. And I do have a rotary cutter, and I have special scissors that are for fabric only. Um, but one of the things that got me frustrated with this little bag is, and why I quit caring about making it perfect, is because the back quarter itself was not perfectly square. And I just couldn't make it work. So it was cut crooked. So anyway, it's still usable, like I said. It's not something I would give to someone, but it's something I'll definitely use. What else? So, let's see. So, let me get back to my birthday stuff. And because this is going to be the more of the life happenings section. So, if you're interested, I'll tell you about what's going on. But I want to start with the awesomeness, my favorite parts first, and that was my birthday. And it was a good birthday. I started the weekend before my birthday, and a few of my friends took me out. We had some dinner and some margaritas and some other drinks, and went dancing, and yeah, that was a fun night. This, yeah, it's cracked. Fell out of my pocket, face down, cracked. And people are like, why isn't it in a case? Well, because I've been Uber driving and I have one of the um, mounts that go into your vent, and it's too heavy and kept falling off. So, yeah. Anyway, that wasn't so good. But the night was fun, and they got me a balloon and a cake, and it was fun. The next day, I met with my mentor, friend, teacher, and her mom and her husband, and we went to a place down in Pine Mountain, Georgia, which is near Callaway Gardens. Beautiful. It takes me about an hour and a half to get there, from Atlanta, south. And they have a safari down there, and it was so cool. I'll try to put pictures in at the end of the safari, but it was so much fun. Like, you ride in this little bus, and all the windows are out of it, or you can drive your own car, which I definitely would not recommend, or you can rent some little Jeep looking things from them, which could be fun too. But I'm so glad we rode on the little bus, because the guy that drove it, he knows the animals, and he tells you all about them and who they are and what kind of animal they are. And some that are not so obvious, like different types of deer and bison and things. So, but you buy these little pellets, and the animals come and eat out of your hands, and it's so cool. There's giraffes, There was rhinoceros, there was tigers and lions. Now, obviously, the tigers and lions, they don't come eat out of your hand because they eat meat and not pellets. But then they had all these deer and some cattle, like some longhorn bulls and all kinds of different deer. And they had a zebra donkey mix. Somehow that happened. And what else? They had a couple of monkeys and hyenas. Um, anyway, it was really fun, and it's really clever because they don't really have to feed the animals or buy the food because that's part of the adventure. You're going and like we went in the afternoon, and by then stop licking me, please. I'm salty from sweating and she keeps licking. Um, so no, so because so we went afternoon, and some of the animals were already so full they were just laying under, and they had all the so laying under the shade trees just relaxing. They didn't want anything to eat. Now some of them still came up and ate, and like the giraffes and stuff, which is really cool. And yeah, and then we went out to eat. We went to Longhorn and celebrated, and um, it was kind of a special day, and like I said, it was her 86th birthday, and she has pretty bad dementia, and she doesn't remember what we did, or even that it's her birthday, really. And but in that moment, like when I gave her her shawl, she appreciated it so much, and she loved it, and just for that little bit, um, you know, it brought some joy in her life, and spending time with her daughter and things like that, and having a good meal, and yeah, it was really wonderful. And that reminded me to, in situations like that, and really, I wish we could do it more often. Is like, we need to live in the moment and appreciate the moment, and because that moment might be it's gone so quickly, and it's more important that we remember it and while we can, and enjoy it, well, since we might not be able to remember it someday. And I think that's what matters the most, is in that moment it was special. And anyway, get a little sappy there. Um, So, I'm sure you are all wondering what is going on with Cody and work. So, I will be starting to work on May 9th. But I've also had another job offer, which would move me to Wisconsin. And I'm having a Skype interview with them on what day? The 5th. And I know they provide relocation services, a sign-on bonus, and things like that. And it's in the middle of nowhere. It's still with oncology, and I'm just not sure that they're going to offer me enough for my salary to go up there, because what I'm gathering is they're probably going to offer me the same amount that I will be making here. Um, Here, the job I'll take here is starting off as an RN, still working in oncology in the clinic. Look at Diamond back there. She's trying to burrow into those covers. You see? Anyway, so but it will lead to a nurse practitioner job in the near future. The problem is that they can't exactly tell me when that will be. It could be a month, it could be 6 months. It just kind of depends. There's a lot of growth happening and a lot of change happening there. Good change, not bad. And, they just got to get some things in order first. And that's understandable. And when I interviewed with her, she basically told me that. And then I said, well, is there anything I could do, like, as a nurse to hold me over because I need to work? So she sent me the contact information for the people I will be, who will be my managers as an RN there. And I think that's really incredible. And that means a lot to me that they are doing that. It took HR a long time to get their mess together, but it's all coming together now, and I will be starting on May 9th. It's already the 2nd of May. And yeah, so it's just confusing. Anyway, I pretty much have my mind made up, and unless the people in Wisconsin give me a substantially more salary, I'm probably not going to move from Atlanta. At least not now. And the amount that they would give me as a sign-on bonus, I mean, it sounds great when you first hear it, and you're like, ooh. But then I'm just thinking, it really isn't that much. When you think about, I got to, catch up on some credit card bills and things like that. And by the time I do all that and get settled in over there and that kind of thing, it'd be gone, really. And they do provide relocation services, so they'd give me so much money to move and all that and whatever. But anyway, have that interview. It can't hurt to check it out, right? And see what they have to offer. And apparently they really, really want me up there. And part of that scares me that they want me that bad. Since I don't have experience as a nurse practitioner, I just, I'm not sure what I would be walking into, if that makes any sense. But anyway, excuse me. Anyway, so I've been thinking about that a lot. It's been in my head, and it won't go out of my head. But either way, in August, even if I stay here, I will be moving from this apartment. I don't know where to yet. I don't know where to yet, but I will be moving. Probably closer to wherever I'm working. I have show notes right here, so I'm just trying to make sure I said everything. So anyway, that's really about all I have to say. Yay for having a job, no matter which way it is. And the other downside to Wisconsin is it'd probably be another month or so before I could even start working. Just because I got to get my license up there and all that. And Emory, I start working next week. Anyway, the cons are definitely outweighing. There's more cons to Wisconsin than there is to Atlanta at this point. So anyway, I'll let you know. Oh, the other thing, one last thing before I let you go is last time I podcasted, I started a thread about cables and a cable needle giveaway, and I will be doing that next the next podcast. I will do the giveaway. There's been a few of you who have posted, and that's exciting. And um, I hope that whoever wins gets them is able to put the giving away some cable needles. I have one. There's 3 different sizes. They're Knitter's Pride. So I'll be giving those away and a prize. So there's you can still enter until the next podcast. I believe I think next week or so is my 1 year podcast anniversary or whatever you call it. So that's kind of exciting. So I thought that would be a good time to do a giveaway. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna go. It's dark outside, and I need to fold some laundry and get ready for bed. Um, and actually, I'm giving Diamond a bath tonight. So yeah. Anyway, hope you all having a wonderful week. Happy May. I hope you had a wonderful April. And I will talk to you all soon. And remember, one stitch at a time. Bye.